Hello students, teachers, parents, history nerds. Hello everybody, and welcome to Nutshelled History, where we lay out the facts, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We continue with our Early America series by looking at growing tensions. Check the description down below for a fill-in-the-blanks worksheet that goes along with this video. I just ask that you like and subscribe. I apologize in advance for any mispronunciations. I do my best. Alrighty now, let's go. In 1854, Illinois Senator Stephen A. Douglas proposed forming two new territories within the Louisiana Purchase, the Kansas Territory and the Nebraska Territory. Douglas's Kansas-Nebraska Act called for slavery in the new territories to be decided by popular sovereignty. The proposal angered many Northerners, as it would undo the Missouri Compromise. With the support of Southerners, however, the act passed. In March 1855, Kansas held a vote on whether to enter the Union as a free or slave state. Thousands of pro-slavery people from Missouri voted illegally and elected a pro-slavery government. Anti-slavery Kansans refused to accept these results and put a second government in place. Violence soon broke out. Pro- and anti-slavery groups terrorized the countryside, attacking and killing settlers. It was so bad that the territory earned the name Bleeding Kansas. Violence even spilled onto the floor of the U.S. Senate. After Massachusetts Senator Charles Sumner attacked a South Carolina senator in a fiery speech, the senator's nephew battered Sumner with a cane in the Senate chamber. Many Southerners felt that Sumner got what he deserved. To Northerners, however, it was further evidence that slavery was brutal and inhumane. Dred Scott was an enslaved man who sued for his freedom because he had lived with his master in states where slavery was illegal. The U.S. Supreme Court rejected Scott's claims. It ruled that Scott had no right to sue in court because enslaved people were not citizens. It also declared that living in a free state did not make an enslaved person free, because enslaved persons were property. This meant that Congress did not have the power to prohibit slavery in any territory, and that the Missouri Compromise was unconstitutional. The Whig Party split apart in 1854 when anti-slavery Whigs left to join the new Republican Party. The new party's main goal was to keep slavery from spreading to the Western territories. The Republican Party won 105 of 245 seats in the House in the election of 1854. But in 1856, the Democratic candidate, James Buchanan, was elected president. In 1858, a Republican named Abraham Lincoln challenged Stephen Douglas for his seat in the U.S. Senate. Lincoln was not an abolitionist, but he attacked the Dred Scott decision and said that slavery was a moral, social, and political wrong. A series of debates between Lincoln and Douglas drew huge crowds. Douglas won the election. John Brown was an abolitionist. He and a small band of supporters attacked the Federal Arsenal, or gun warehouse, at Harper's Ferry. They would give the weapons to enslaved African Americans and lead them in a revolt. Brown was captured and executed for treason, but he became a hero to many in the North. More than ever, Southerners were convinced that the North was out to destroy their way of life. It won't ruin your way of life if we have our recap now, so let's do it. In 1854, Senator Stephen A. Douglas decided to shake things up by proposing two new territories, Kansas and Nebraska, where the hot topic of slavery would be decided by the popular vote, much to the annoyance of many Northerners who felt this was like trying to change the rules in the middle of a game. Spoiler alert, it led to chaos. When Kansas held a vote on slavery, sneaky pro-slavery folks from Missouri crashed the party and elected their own government, which made the anti-slavery Kansans very grumpy, resulting in a ruckus that earned the territory the nickname Bleeding Kansas. Things got so heated that even a senator was attacked with a cane in the Senate chamber. Talk about taking debates to a whole new level. Meanwhile, the Supreme Court ruled against a man named Dred Scott, declaring he had no right to sue because he was considered property, not a citizen, which made many Northerners even angrier. The Whig Party fell apart like last week's sandwich, and out of the ashes emerged the Republican Party, determined to keep slavery from spreading. Abraham Lincoln then took on Douglas in a famous Senate race, sparking debates that drew huge crowds. Too bad Douglas took home the win. To cap it all off, abolitionist John Brown staged a dramatic raid at Harper's Ferry. attempting to arm enslaved people for a revolt, which landed him in hot water and left Southerners convinced that the North was out to ruin their way of life. There you have it, folks. That is Growing Tensions Nutshelled. Thanks for stopping by Nutshelled History. Relieve my growing tension by smashing those like and subscribe buttons. Say something nice in the comments down below too. See y'all next time on Nutshelled History.